Hello from City Structural. In this video, I'll walk you through everything a structural engineer would want you to know when buying a property. Whether it's a single-family home, a condo, or a multi-unit income property, this video will help you make an informed decision. Let's get started. To begin, foundations are a common concern for buyers, but the reality is that most are not problematic, unless they're made of brick. Concrete foundations, which are the most common type, naturally develop cracks over time due to differential settlement. This is normal and rarely indicates a structural issue. Brick foundations, however, are a different story. They can crumble during an earthquake and typically cost $80,000 to $100,000 or more to replace or reinforce. If a property has a brick foundation, it might be worth reconsidering. For more information, watch our videos on foundation cracks and brick foundations. Next, the number one structural concern is whether or not a building has a soft story condition. If the building does have a soft story, it's at serious risk during an earthquake. Addressing this condition is critical to protecting your investment and safety. Retrofit typically costs $40,000 to $80,000 depending on the size of the building. Watch our video on soft story retrofit for more information. Now let's talk waterproofing. Check the roof. It should be replaced every 30 years. If it's overdue, budget about $30,000 for re-roofing. For condos, review the HOA's records to see if this cost has been shared and budgeted. For the exterior, painting is key to waterproofing. Make sure there are no flaking areas and all surfaces are freshly coated. It should cost $10,000 to $20,000 to paint the building exterior. Also, decks, stairs, and fire escapes need regular staining or painting to prevent dry rot and corrosion. Good drainage is important for the building and the property. Downspouts should connect directly to drainage lines or direct water 4 feet from the building. If the lot has a slope, consider installing a French drain for $10,000 to $20,000 to manage groundwater and prevent erosion and excessive settlement. If you're planning a renovation, cost projections are generally based on square footage and are tiered by quality. For a standard remodel, expect costs to range from $100 to $200 per square foot for basic quality, $200 to $400 for moderate quality, and $400 to $800 for high end. If your project includes structural alterations, such as changes to the floor plan, you should add approximately $200 per square foot to these estimates. For kitchen and bathroom renovations, costs are typically fixed. Basic quality kitchens can run from $25,000 to $50,000, moderate quality from $50,000 to $100,000, and high-end from $100,000 to $250,000. Bathrooms are estimated at $10,000 to $25,000 for basic quality, $25,000 to $50,000 for moderate, and $50,000 to $100,000 for high-end. For structural modifications, like removing walls, be aware of load-bearing versus non-load-bearing conditions. Load-bearing walls usually run perpendicular to the street and require new post and beam systems for support. Horizontal additions, vertical additions, and expanding into crawl space or basement areas are all viable project options. Remember, these renovations shouldn't just be seen as costs. They enhance property valuation, and this can be reflected upon reappraisal and recaptured upon the sale of the building or the unit. For garage renovations, removal of interior posts to create more space for parking and storage typically costs between $30,000 to $40,000. Additional dwelling units can also be installed within the ground floor. Building an ADU for $160,000 to $200,000 is a great way to increase property value while generating rental income. Many cities support ADU construction to increase housing availability. Ensure there's at least the minimum required 7-foot 6-inch floor-to-ceiling clearance for the height. Otherwise, excavation and new foundation work will raise the cost. Roof decks and a hot tub are also feasible with structural strengthening. You'll need to install new roof joists during your penthouse renovation, but it's well worth it for the incredible views and the additional entertainment space. That wraps up everything a structural engineer would want you to know before purchasing a property. If you have questions or need more resources, check out our website at citystructural.com. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. Thank you for watching.